Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. If you're coming in live, my name is Bree. Today we have a chest, back, shoulders. We're gonna get into the neck a little bit, but it's a mobility specific for our upper body session, kind of like what we did last week for our hips and our low back. So it was really well received. I know you guys got a lot of value out of it, and it's something that I really always want you to be able to plug into your week, whether it's before your workouts or whenever you have some time to just give your body a little extra love. So go ahead and find some positioning where we're just gonna go through a little bit of a neck mobility to start. Notice I do actually have my bench on set. We're gonna be doing some supine, I call them bench angels, but we're gonna lay on the bench and we're gonna be using that to kind of create some mobility through our chest and shoulders. You can also do this while laying on the floor as well. The gravity just gives you a little bit more stretch when you're on an elevated surface. Hi Sharon, hi Dixie, hi A Logan. Good to see all of you guys. This is gonna be a really great session to add in. Hi Jama, oh good, okay great. Jama, add this in and then you can actually get a workout in after it. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and go into a little bit of a neck matrix. So I want you to think about pushing ear to shoulder, and I'm watching the clock. We're gonna go about 1 minute here. We're gonna go side to side. So you're gonna hit 2 each direction, and then I want you to go down and up. So now we're gonna go chin to chest, and then look all the way up. And I want you to be really gentle, but this is just kind of waking up the neck. And now we're gonna go at a diagonal. So I want you to go ear to shoulder, but chin to chest this way, and then the other side. And you're gonna go 2 each direction, and then we're gonna switch and do all those again. So down, and then ear to shoulder, and just go through it all a few times. Again, today is gonna be really about you listening to your body. Hi, Joseph. And just move through the different positions. Find your end ranges, meaning where your stretch feels the best, and you don't wanna overstretch by any means. And then as you're going through this, you can also help a little bit. You just wanna be, again, really gentle. And go ahead and finish your last one, and then give me a little bit of a shoulder circle back. And take your hands behind your back. Now this is a chest stretch that we do quite often, so you can take your hands back, and then I want you to place your palms open on your back and press forward. So this is gonna open up chest and rotators. And so just like a workout, I actually do create heat in the body even when we're doing mobility. And mobility in general, we're moving pretty much the whole time, but this should feel really good as you start to really wake up the body. Good. When I say you can plug this in whenever it works for you during the week, honestly, if you have some time where you can get a little quick brain break in the middle of your day, this is gonna be perfect for that. Or when you first wake up, or before you go to sleep, anytime really. All right, one more. And then take one leg behind, and we're gonna do our side sweep. Hi, Mr. Mario, good to see you. Big reach overhead. I'm gonna come behind the bench just so I have a little bit more space. But you're just stepping behind and sweeping overhead and giving me that nice long torso stretch. Reach up nice and high. And we're gonna do a few more in a standing position, and then we're gonna utilize the bench quite a bit today. Good. One more each direction. Now, if you honestly also have a stool or a chair, or you can do this on the edge of a couch, anything works. Good. Grab those elbows, shift it side to side, give me a little shake out, going low to high. Good. Core is still tight. You always want to keep your hips forward, core tight, shaking it low to high all the way. Wringing out that spine should feel really good. And we're going to go ahead and come down to the floor. So I'm going to utilize the bench, and you'll see how we're going to use this. And you'll understand my reference when I say bench angels. So you know snow angels? I want you to go ahead and lay on your bench or on the floor. And we're gonna go ahead and start by just going really nice and easy through 180s. So you're using the gravity to help pull down, and we're just gonna sweep, drawing really nice big 180 circles. And in this first minute right here, we're gonna start the clock right here in a minute, I just want you to be noticing different points, different degrees where you feel more tightness, and I want you to go through the entire 180 degrees. And as you feel different points that might feel a little bit more tight than others, you can hold for a second and just let everything relax. So this is all about just creating length. You're gonna feel stretch even through the biceps, right? Just reaching nice and long, holding it at different points, as I mentioned, keeping your abs tight. So you want to keep your rib cage in. And we're just allowing gravity to really pull everything down. Good. So even right here, you should probably feel, when you're in kind of a V position, or a Y, I should say, you probably start to really feel that chest open up even more. So just relax and keep moving through it. And I know the minutes go really fast in this. So we just hit that minute mark. Go ahead and now come into a kneeling position. So I'm going to meet you on the floor. And we're going to now use the bench as a little bit of leverage to create some mobility in our upper body. So typically I've done this at the end of some of our workouts. So we're going to dedicate some time today to just get into those stretches even more. And actually I can use the very end here as well. So go ahead and come into a child's pose position. And both hands on the bench, you're going to shift side to side and really open up through those lats. So I mentioned today would be neck, chest, shoulders, and back. So we're getting into those lats. And I just want to show you, this is also one that you can do on the floor as well. And then go ahead and come up, stretch a little bit through the chest, and we're going to go back into that same position, only this time, I want you to try to have your palms up. So this is going to rotate, externally rotate those shoulders just a little bit. So go ahead and take those palms up and now sink back. And same thing, shift side to side. So keep going, I'm just going to explain. As you open up and then you create the length, we're stretching through those lats. And then the shift side to side, you're creating more of a stretch in each direction. Good, go ahead and come up, shake it out, open up the chest. And we're going to do one more, and you're going to choose which one felt the best to you. You can also do thumb up. Opening up all the way, palms towards the ceiling, is going to be a little bit more challenging. So really extend and then shift side to side. Ooh, you should feel those shoulders. Great work. And then from here, I'm actually going to just slide this out of the way. So those are two that I really highly recommend for chest and back. Now we're going to get into a little bit more of the mobility. So we're going to do what's called a reach, roll, and lift. So this is going to create some mobility through our shoulder, and also we just opened up a little bit through the back. So coming into a quadruped position, you're going to sink back. And if you want to watch me for the first one, you're going to slide forward. So just think reach, roll, and then keep your chin tucked, lift up. Then you roll it back and slide in. We're going to alternate each side, and we're going to go here for 90 seconds. So you really can get into this movement. So here we go. We're going to reach, roll, and lift. And this is great for shoulder mobility. Reach, roll, and lift. And notice the warm-up that we did for the back actually helps us get into an even better position because we stretched out both palm down and palm up. So there's that external rotation. Lift up and keep repeating. You got one more full minute here. Reach, roll, and lift. You should feel more and more as we go through it that you're able to open up even more. And then just keep thinking about sinking your weight back into those heels and then tuck that chin. Good, keep going. And I'm just going to remind you, when I say tuck the chin, I don't mean necessarily look down. I mean push everything back. So think about the base of your neck going backwards. So if you're down, it's going up towards the ceiling. So try to keep your gaze still straight. You're not necessarily looking all the way down. That's a really, it's a good tweak that you want to make sure you're in that right positioning. Open up and lift. You got 20 more seconds. Great job. Open up and lift. Keep going. Finish one more on each side. And then we're going to go into, and I'm going to take you actually up at a little bit of a higher view. And we're going to go into a scorpion, which we have done this move before. There we go. But we're going to come down on the floor, and I want you to have enough space where you're going to be face down, so prone position. You're going to draw kind of a T with your body, and we're going to lift up with one leg behind us. So again, if you want to take a peek at the exercise before you start. So arms come out to a T position. You're going to lift your back leg and then twist towards the opposite direction. Now this is going to be a fantastic way to also loosen up through your low back, but it's geared today specifically towards your chest. So as you're twisting, I want you to keep that shoulder on the floor to really create that chest stretch. All right, we're gonna take 90 seconds right here and really get into this movement. So lift your leg, twist. Now my back arm, my shoulder stays on the floor, and I really utilize that to stretch out my chest. Repeat each direction. And so here's a really great spot for me to show you. So my bottom shoulder stays on the ground, chin tucked, and I get a really great chest stretch. This one feels so good. Good. And the pace is really slow today. I want you to just take your time. Utilize all these different movements to really open up through chest, back, shoulders. And then this one even gets a little bit of that low back, yes? Good. And I'm always breathing, accentuating that breathing, reminding you to keep breathing. Good, you got 30 more seconds. I could probably stay in this move, like many of them, for 30 minutes. Feels so good. You're starting to see why this is such a great, when you first get up in the morning, maybe before you go to sleep, middle of the day, these are all fantastic stretches. Good job, finish your last one. And now we're gonna go into a full neck, chest, back, shoulders. I call it the mega circuit move. It's one of the best combinations ever. So come down into a prone position. And what we're gonna do is bring those arms overhead. You're gonna place your elbows on the floor. So it's gonna be an entire sequence. I'm gonna show you here in these 10 seconds. So you're gonna bring the fingertips towards your back. My palms are up, I lift. Now I come out to the side. As I get completely perpendicular to my body, I flip and come all the way back, grab my wrists and come up and then lift up off my body and then repeat. So give it a try. I know it's a lot, it's a big sequence, but we are gonna take the next 2 minutes. I'm gonna dedicate a lot of time to this, to going through that sequence. And I want you to try to get through that entire range of motion. So let's begin right here. So palms are up. And then when you get perpendicular to your body, so you draw a T, you're gonna flip, reach overhead, place those elbows on the floor, feel the stretch through the shoulders, keep that chin tucked, and then continue to go through that entire range of motion. The hardest part is right when you're at that T position, you're gonna flip. Good, keep going. I'm just gonna talk through some really key points that are important as you're going through this. So keeping that chin tucked, and honestly, if you can place your forehead, I always kind of lift up a little bit so I'm not muffling my mic, but if you want to place your forehead all the way down, then you're creating even more expansion through your body. But you want to think about keeping the chin tucked, long, straight body, and then just focus on the rotation. So we've done a lot of movements today to kind of get to this point, and this is the amazing full body mobility or full upper body mobility move that I want you to really practice and use as often as possible. It's such a great way to release everything in our upper body. You have 1 more minute. Keep going. And then honestly, really think about lifting up the back and off your back as well. So as you go through this, you'll get better and better in each position. Palms up, then you flip it. Good, reach long. And don't be surprised that as you go through these movements, you might even start to feel parts of your body unlock even more, making it kind of stand out. They're like, okay, now I actually feel like how stuck my shoulders could be. So as you get into it even more, you might start to feel tighter and feel that resistance even more, if that makes sense. And that's totally normal. All right, 10 more seconds. Keep moving through those last few angles. I'm gonna bring you down, and we're gonna finish with another one of my absolute favorite ways to open up through your shoulders. So place your elbows on the floor, sink back, and now I just want you to come in and out and flush out those shoulders. You're gonna give me 3, and then we're gonna pop up, and we're gonna hit that thoracic rotation. So coming all the way through, stack, switch sides. That's our entire flow. And you can take the last 35 seconds of class to go through this. So sink back, flush it out, And anywhere from 2 to 5. I tend to land on 3. And then slide through and rotate. Great job. Now, just like our hips and our low back session, there's a sequence of exercises that we did, and I will list them all for you because we took 15 minutes today, but you can certainly stay in one a little bit longer than another. You can come back, you can do multiple sets, and you're finished right now today. But these are gonna be really important and really great for you to open up your body. And how good do you feel? So I want you guys to stand up and feel your new mobility and your new range of motion. It's also a great way to warm up, and now you'd be really primed and ready for an upper body specific workout, but any workout for that matter. So thank you guys so much for joining me live today. I'm gonna go ahead and list out all of the exercises we did so you can do a quick reference, but you can certainly do a follow along as well. So thank you guys for your energy. I will see you next week. We're gonna go back into some new strength protocols, and I will see you Tuesday and Thursday next week at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So mark your calendars, and I will see you guys then. Take care.